Imagine driving down a highway when suddenly another car appears in your lane, just feet away. Your heart races as you swerve to avoid disaster. Now picture this happening in space. Two groups of satellites, hundreds of kilometers above Earth, nearly colliding. This wasn't just a scare for the companies involved, it's a wake-up call for all of us who rely on satellites every day. Space is getting crowded, and this near miss is a story about technology, responsibility, and the urgent need to work together. The main players in this tense orbital drama: Starlink, the ever-growing internet constellation launched by SpaceX, which now consists of thousands of satellites circling our planet. These satellites are designed to beam high-speed internet to even the most remote corners of the globe. But their sheer numbers have transformed the space above us into a bustling superhighway. Sharing this crowded expanse was a fresh batch of satellites from China's KES Space, a company rapidly expanding its own presence in low Earth orbit. These new arrivals were still in the process of finding their designated paths, adjusting their positions as they settled into the intricate ballet of objects circling Earth. In a moment that could have changed everything, these satellites, barely out of their launch phase, passed within just 200 meters of each other. To put that in perspective, that's about the length of 2 football fields, an incredibly small margin when you consider the vastness of space. In the vacuum of orbit, 200 meters is uncomfortably close. Both satellites were hurtling around the planet at speeds exceeding 28,000 kilometers per hour. At those velocities, even the tiniest miscalculation or delay in maneuvering could have resulted in a catastrophic collision, sending thousands of fragments hurtling through space. The KS space satellites, still adjusting their orbits after launch, were in a particularly vulnerable phase. This is when satellites are most likely to cross paths with others, as they haven't yet reached their final stable positions. Every maneuver is critical, and the margin for error is razor thin. What made this incident even more complex was the international nature of the satellites involved. With spacecraft from different countries sharing the same orbital neighborhood, coordination becomes a challenge. Each operator relies on tracking data and communication to avoid disaster, but the sheer number of satellites increases the risk of close calls. Starlink is just one of thousands of satellites now in orbit, and this near miss was a stark reminder of how easily two separate operations, often with little direct communication, can find themselves on a collision course. The more crowded our skies become, the greater the chance that these near misses could turn into real disasters. This was a high-speed, high-stakes encounter, unfolding silently above our heads. Neither side anticipated just how close they would come to disaster until the very last moments, when only quick calculations and last-minute maneuvers averted a crisis. This wasn't just a technical glitch or a minor scare, it was a wake-up call. As we continue to fill the skies with more and more satellites, the risk of collisions grows. Incidents like this highlight the urgent need for better coordination, improved tracking, and international cooperation to keep our crowded skies safe for everyone. The world didn't hear about this from a government or a scientific journal. It broke on social media. Michael Nichols, a Starlink engineering VP, posted on X, formerly Twitter, revealing the dangerously close approach and sparking a global conversation about space safety. By going public, SpaceX turned a private scare into a worldwide wake-up call. Imagine the vast emptiness of space, where satellites should have plenty of room to maneuver. So how did two advanced satellites, operated by some of the world's most sophisticated space companies, end up passing dangerously close to each other in Earth's orbit? It's a question that highlights a growing problem as more and more satellites are launched every year. The answer is surprisingly simple, yet deeply concerning. A lack of communication and data sharing between the organizations responsible for these satellites. In an environment where precision and timing are everything, even a small gap in information can have huge consequences. SpaceX, one of the companies involved, said that KES Space didn't coordinate or share their satellites' future positions, what's known as ephemeris data, before launch. This data is crucial for predicting where satellites will be at any given time, and without it, the risk of close encounters increases dramatically. When operators don't have access to this information, they're essentially flying blind. They can't accurately predict or avoid close calls, and the margin for error shrinks to almost nothing. In a crowded orbit, that's a recipe for disaster. The tension in mission control rooms is palpable. Engineers and operators rely on up-to-date data to keep their satellites safe, but when that data is missing, every blip on the radar becomes a potential emergency. CAS Space, for their part, insisted they followed their own safety procedures, but their process ended once the satellites were deployed, leaving a critical gap in ongoing coordination. After launch, the responsibility for tracking and maneuvering becomes murky. This exposed a gray area that's becoming more dangerous as space gets busier. Who is actually responsible for tracking and maneuvering satellites after they're in orbit? With thousands of satellites circling Earth, the stakes have never been higher. Each company believed they were acting safely, but without a shared playbook or real-time coordination, their best intentions weren't enough. The lack of a unified approach put not just their own satellites but everyone's assets at risk. Right now, there's no universal rulebook for space traffic. Instead, there's a patchwork of internal procedures, guidelines, and best practices that vary from company to company and country to country. This fragmented system leaves plenty of room for misunderstandings and mistakes. The result? A dangerous gap in communication, where critical information can fall through the cracks. In the high-stakes world of orbital mechanics, that's a risk no one can afford. This near miss wasn't just a fluke. It was a direct result of that communication gap. As more satellites fill our skies, the need for better coordination and universal rules becomes urgent. Otherwise, the next close call could become a catastrophe. Instead of finger-pointing, both SpaceX and KS Space called for better collaboration. KS Space suggested renewed cooperation between the US and China's private space sectors. SpaceX agreed, emphasizing the need for open, proactive data sharing among all satellite operators. The goal? A transparent system, like air traffic control, where everyone can see and avoid potential collisions. This public exchange turned a near disaster into a catalyst for dialogue. Both companies recognized that space safety is a shared responsibility. The world is now watching to see if these promises lead to real change. The close call was scary, but the resulting conversation could make space safer for everyone. A satellite collision isn't just a loss of hardware, it creates thousands of pieces of high-speed debris. This debris can trigger a chain reaction, known as the Kessler syndrome, where each collision creates more junk, threatening all satellites in orbit. In the worst case, entire regions of space could become unusable for decades. Preventing collisions is critical for the future of space exploration and our daily lives. Why are close calls between satellites and debris happening more often these days? It's a question that's becoming more urgent as we look up at the night sky and see more and more objects whizzing overhead. The answer lies in the dramatic transformation of Earth's orbital environment over the past decade. Space is busier than ever before. What was once a vast, mostly empty expanse is now a bustling highway of satellites, spacecraft and debris, all moving at thousands of kilometers per hour. In just 2023, more than 2,800 new satellites were launched into orbit, a record-breaking number. Many of these launches come from private companies like SpaceX, which has revolutionized access to space with reusable rockets and rapid deployment schedules. SpaceX's Starlink project alone plans to send tens of thousands of satellites into low Earth orbit, creating vast constellations that provide global internet coverage. And it's not just SpaceX. Other companies and countries are racing to build their own networks, adding to the congestion. The game has changed. Satellites are now smaller, lighter, and far less expensive to build and launch than ever before. CubeSats and other miniaturized designs have opened the door for universities, startups, and even high school students to put their own technology into orbit. But this explosive growth comes with a price. The more objects we send up, the more crowded and hazardous space becomes. Each new satellite increases the risk of accidental collisions, which can create even more debris in a dangerous chain reaction. Decades of exploration have left a legacy of abandoned satellites, spent rocket stages, and fragments from past collisions. This space junk drifts endlessly, turning Earth's orbit into a cosmic junkyard. The US military and international partners now track over 35,000 pieces of debris larger than 10 centimeters, each one capable of destroying a satellite or endangering astronauts. But the real danger may come from the hundreds of thousands, possibly millions, of smaller fragments, too tiny to track. but still moving fast enough to punch holes in spacecraft and satellites. Every new launch, no matter how carefully planned, adds to the complexity of this orbital ballet. Each rocket, each satellite, each piece of debris must be tracked and managed to avoid disaster. Space isn't just crowded with active satellites, it's crowded with the ghosts of missions past and the fragments of our technological ambitions. The sky above us is becoming a busy, hazardous place. Managing this ever-growing traffic jam is now one of the greatest challenges facing the space industry. As we continue to launch more satellites and explore new frontiers, finding ways to keep space safe and sustainable has never been more important. The Starlink KS space near-miss highlights a global problem. We need real space traffic management. Right now there's no single authority or universal rules, just voluntary guidelines and national regulations. Space is a global commons, so its safety depends on international cooperation. We need a universal open platform for sharing satellite positions, allowing for automated collision risk assessments. When a close approach is flagged, operators could be notified instantly to coordinate avoidance. Building this system won't be easy. Technical and political challenges abound, but the alternative is chaos. Like air and sea traffic, space needs clear, enforceable rules. Our future in orbit depends on it. So, what's next? We need international standards for space traffic coordination, clear rules, mandatory data sharing, and better tracking technology. Governments and companies must work together to create a global system for monitoring and managing satellites and debris. Automated collision avoidance systems should become standard, and all new satellites must have end-of-life disposal plans. Cleaning up existing space junk is also essential. Most importantly, we need a cultural shift, from competition to stewardship. Every space operator must see themselves as a caretaker of the orbital environment. The recent dialogue between SpaceX and KS Space is a hopeful sign. If we act now, we can keep space safe and sustainable for generations to come.